Hey everybody, welcome back to another max velocity weather forecast, and tonight what we're going over is Tropical Storm Earl. It has just developed in the Atlantic Ocean, not that far away from the Lesser Antilles and as well as Puerto Rico. It is expected to make impacts to both of those areas. I'm going to give you the full breakdown and everything that you need to know in terms of the track, intensity, and the threats all in this forecast. Let's begin with Tropical Storm Earl as of right now. It is forecasted to move off to the west-northwest over the next several days. As of right now, it is a tropical storm with sustained winds around 40 miles per hour. Pressure's at 1,005, and this has been an intensifying system throughout this afternoon and as well as this evening. So it is obviously a system that we've been watching very closely. A lot of convection with this as well. Again, I'll give you the full breakdown on the track and everything like that here in just a moment. We also have Hurricane Danielle as of right now in the northern Atlantic Ocean. This system is potentially going to become a strong Category 1 hurricane, maybe even a low-end Category 2 hurricane. As of right now, it is stationary, as you can see here. It is going to be eventually moving off to the north and northeast, most likely in a few days, and it might even track out possibly closer to areas like England and Europe, so it might be something to watch for those areas. Here's a better look at Tropical Storm Earl as of right now. There is a lot of convection with this system, very deep convection. We're seeing a lot of thunderstorm activity. It has, again, become much more organized than what we saw yesterday, so it's a system that we're watching extremely closely, and it is likely to bring impacts to areas like the Lesser Antilles and Puerto Rico. As of right now, most computer models are bringing this to at least a tropical storm level, which as of right now it is. It's going to stay at that level most likely for the next about 3 to 4 days. Eventually, as it probably turns off to the north or northeast, eventually going out to sea, it might become a Category 1 or 2 hurricane, or even potentially a Category 3, but obviously that is going to most likely be out to sea if that were to occur. As of right now, the National Hurricane Center has made this forecast. It is forecasted from them to stay at a tropical storm level for the next 5 days or so. You can see that their track, though, has a pretty large area of uncertainty. After about day 4, you can see how large this cone gets. We very well could even see this go a bit further west and possibly even impact the Bahamas. So we're going to have to watch this closely. It very well might go further west than what's originally forecasted as of right now. But obviously for right now, we are forecasting that this will just stay off to the north of Puerto Rico and the Lesser Antilles, likely not to make landfall. One thing to keep in mind, though, is heavy rains will still occur for those locations. Here's a look at the computer models. As I mentioned before, there's really only one outlier here that brings it off to the west. That would really be dependent on how strong this high pressure system's back out to the north. And not just that, but also the potential for maybe the slowing down that also could help it to be able to go further off to the west than what's forecasted by most computer models. As you can see, most of them just bring it right out to sea. But obviously, there's a couple of outliers. The European model is actually one of those. So we'll have to see the system, what happens over the next several days. But most likely, it's going to go off to the north, not to impact the United States, it seems like, as of right now. Here's a look at the intensity guide for those in the Lesser Antilles and Puerto Rico. Heavy rain, the main concern. We might see a little bit of some storm surge as well, and wind damage is a possibility, but it is on the low end as of right now. Most of the wind should be below 60 miles per hour, so that would basically mean just an ongoing strong thunderstorm. It might cause some minor damage, but is expected to be fairly minimal as of right now. Here's a look, by the way, at the ensembles, just kind of a wide spectrum of what we're looking at. Again, the computer models have been all over the place. It depends a lot on timing, but you can see there's a large area that we're looking at, but the main concern, it seems like it's most likely going to go along this area and eventually turn off to the northeast. That's the most likely scenario as of right now. Could it go towards the United States? It's very, very unlikely that that would happen. It's going to be very difficult for that to happen, but again, we'll keep you updated the latest with any new details that unfold over the next several days. By the way, here's an update on current ongoing Hurricane Danielle. This is currently in the northern Atlantic Ocean. Very good circulation, by the way. It is forecasted to stay at a Category 1 level. It might briefly become a Category 2 hurricane. It is unlikely, but it might occur. But otherwise, it's going to be at least be a Category 1 hurricane. It will eventually start to go down as it moves into cooler waters and as it moves most likely off to the northeast. And it might even, again, impact areas like Europe and England. So it might be a system to watch maybe long-term for those areas, most likely beyond the 5-day outlook. Make sure to like button down below, subscribe if you've not already. This forecast is brought to you by Platinum Contracting and All Dents Repair.